The emphasis here is connecting with someone, and I think you have to do it at a personal, relational level. What I stressed in the workshop was that although we tend to think of thriving as an academic as an intellectual exercise, it's actually, from a Christian point of view, to thrive as a public theologian in a relational and pastoral kind of way. So working hard to connect with people and understanding where they're coming from, what their concerns are, what drives them, and then presenting how Christianity might provide an alternative that actually gives people location. Because if you listen to many people today in today's world, they'll say, I'm trying to find myself, or I'm trying to make sense out of life. Those are people who are dislocated. They're floating in midair. They don't know why they're here or what they're supposed to be about. And the Christian faith is designed to give people location and a sense of understanding who they are, that they're made in the image of God, to image God, to be in relationship with Him, to be connected to Him, to understand the world that He's created and the role that they have in it. And if we don't understand the stewardship that we're supposed to be called to as a result of what it is that God has done in placing us here, then we're dislocated. So the gospel ultimately is about location. And I like to stress the idea that the gospel is ultimately about being rooted in Genesis 1, and the idea that we are made to image God and to subdue the earth in a way that is honoring to Him, as opposed to starting out in Genesis 3, although obviously what's in Genesis 3 with sin gets in the way. Because when God restores us to new life, it makes us born again, He actually takes us back to the very reason He created us to begin with. So the gospel ought to start in Genesis 1 because it lands in Genesis 1. And that means helping people get located. So if I meet someone who is struggling with life and wrestling to make sense out of it, I'm trying to present the gospel in such a way that says you can make sense out of your life if you think about what it means to be connected to the living God.